At dinner, my mom said, "Share your wedding venue with your sister. She deserves to be happy." She even changed the contract behind my back, so I canceled everything, cut off their financial support, and got married in Hawaii. 6 months later, they showed up begging at my door. "Hey, Reddit! My mom has always treated my sister like the main character and me like the family ATM. So I finally snapped, pulled the plug on everything, and chose my own life instead." But of course, they didn't take no as an answer. Before I get to what happened next, let me start at the beginning. The email came through at 9:42 on a Wednesday morning, August 5th, 2026. I was at Logan Airport grabbing my third coffee of the day, waiting for my 11:15 to Atlanta. Commercial pilot, been doing it for 8 years now. Terminal B is basically my second home at this point. Subject line said, "Contract amendment, additional event added." I opened it thinking maybe they were adding some service we talked about. Extra lighting or whatever. Nope. Beth from the Winter Garden Conservatory had sent it. That's our venue. Or was our venue, I guess. The place Riley and I toured in May of 2025 and just fell in love with. Glass ceiling, plants everywhere. This light that came through in the afternoon that Riley loved immediately. She was sold instantly. Cost us $35,000 total. We'd paid $18 so far. Had another $17 due September 1st. The email was professional. Corporate logo, clean formatting, all that. "Mr. Brennan, per your mother's authorization this morning, we've updated your October 12th contract to include a second ceremony. Your sister Ashley's wedding will share the venue space from 4 to 9 p.m. We've restructured the billing to reflect joint usage, $17,500 per event. Since you've already paid $18,000 toward the original $35,000 total, your remaining balance is now negative $500, which will be refunded to your card within 7 business days." I read it 3 times standing there in the terminal. My mom had called the venue, added my sister's wedding to mine, split the cost in half, and because I'd already paid more than half, I apparently had $500 coming back to me. Like that made it okay. Here's the thing. My mom paid our initial $5,000 deposit back in June 2025 as a wedding gift. Cried happy tears, hugged me, the whole deal. Then insisted I put her down as an authorized contact in case something came up while I was flying. I was distracted, grateful for the gift, didn't think twice. Riley had paused when she heard about that. Asked if I was sure. I waved it off. Should have listened to her. My sister Ashley is 28, works as an admin assistant at some medical office. Engaged to Brad, who sells insurance on commission. She's always been mom and dad's favorite. Always got what she wanted. And somehow always needed my help. I called Beth immediately. "Winter Garden Conservatory, this is Beth." "Beth, it's Jake Brennan. I just got an email about a contract change I didn't authorize." Pause. Keys clicking. "Mr. Brennan, yes. Your mother called this morning. She's listed as an authorized contact because she paid the deposit. She said the family had decided to combine the ceremonies and revert it. Now. And remove my mother from all authorized contacts. I'll need to check with my manager about what's my refund if I cancel at 68 days out." More typing. 75% of payments made. You've paid $18,000, so that would be $13,500. Send me the cancellation policy and confirmation of who authorized this change. 1 hour. "Mr. Brennan, I can submit a request for 1 hour. Hung up. I had like 45 minutes before I needed to be back at the gate for crew brief. Text from my mom came through. "Did you see Beth's email? So exciting. Ashley is thrilled. Come to dinner tonight at 7. We'll coordinate everything." 3 hearts. 3 exclamation points. I forwarded it to Riley with 1 line. "Call you when I can." Her reply was instant. "What is this?" Found a quiet corner. Called her. She picked up immediately. "Your mother hijacked our venue." I know. Beth thought she had authorization because mom paid the deposit. A gift doesn't grant authority? I know. Could hear her car running. "What do you want to do?" "Cancel everything. Elope. Cut them off completely." "When?" "Early October, right before our original date." "Kauai?" "If you can make it happen, I'll find something. You handle your family." We hung up. I opened my banking app and canceled the auto transfers I'd been running for almost 4 years. My parents' mortgage, Ashley's car payment, every automatic payment. Done. Then I opened a spreadsheet and listed everything else I'd paid for over the years. Medical bills, credit card bailouts, insurance, emergency loans, an apartment deposit, even my grandmother's funeral. All of it added up to about $78,000. They'd paid back exactly 0. My phone buzzed. Email from Beth. 2 attachments. Cancellation policy. 75% refund confirmed. Authorization log showing mom's name and method. Authorized contact, original deposit payer. I wrote back. "Beth, this is breach of contract. Your venue let a third party change my agreement based only on deposit payment status, not actual authorization for modifications. I'm canceling effective immediately, but I'm also disputing the 25% cancellation fee unless you give me a full refund. Your security breach enabled this. I want written confirmation of 100% refund within 48 hours or I file the dispute. Remove all contacts except Jake Brennan and Riley Martinez. Password only authorization from now on. Sent. Looked up Kauai elopement packages. Found one right away. Poipu Beach. Private ceremony. Photographer. 3 nights. Cliffside suite. Ocean view. Everything included. $11,800. Texted Riley the link. She replied, booking now. Then I pulled up my vendor list and sent them all the same message about password-only changes. Every vendor confirmed within 2 hours. Riley texted while I was boarding. Confirmed. October 10th through 13th. Ceremony on the 11th at sunset. We're doing this. I smiled. Replied, we're doing this. Text from Mom. Jake, call me. We need to discuss the venue coordination. I replied, see you at dinner. My parents live in Brookline. Brick house they bought in 2015 when Dad's financial planning business was actually making money. Now I pay their mortgage. I pulled up at 6:50. Mom's car in the driveway next to Ashley, the one I've been paying for. Riley got there 2 minutes later, still in her work suit. Patent attorney, made partner at 33. Doesn't take crap from anyone. Ready? I asked. Let's go. We walked in without knocking. The dining room looked like a war room. 6 wedding binders spread everywhere. Color swatches taped to foam boards. Fabric samples pinned up, seating charts with tiny name cards, a printed timeline showing Jake's ceremony 4 to 5:15 p.m. and Ashley's ceremony 6 to 7:30 p.m. Sample invitations laid out, photos of centerpiece options, a vendor contact sheet with my photographer's name circled. They'd been planning this for weeks, maybe longer. This wasn't some desperate last-minute thing. This was coordinated. Mom was at the head of the table, Dad to her right, Ashley across from him looking at fabric samples. No Brad, though. Her fiancé wasn't even there. There was a pot of coffee going, plates with half-eaten sandwiches. They'd been at this for hours. Mom's face lit up when she saw us. Started talking immediately about timeline coordination, how Ashley's photographer would share coverage with ours, how she'd picked complementary color palettes. Riley cut her off mid-sentence. We're not sharing the venue. The room went quiet. Mom's smile froze. What do you mean? I called Beth this morning, I said. Told her to revert everything. Silence. Mom stood up. Tried the let's sit down and talk like adults approach. Dad leaned back in peacekeeper mode. Your mother was trying to help. Ashley's venue flooded 2 weeks ago. Burst pipe. Lost her deposit. She's been scrambling ever since. Not my problem. She's your sister. She's 28 with a job and a fiancé. She can handle her own wedding. Ashley's eyes filled up. The winter garden is perfect. Exactly what I've always wanted. You're only using it for 4 hours anyway. You should have asked first. We didn't think you'd say no. You never say no. There it was. Mom came around the table, reached for my arm. The venue holds 300. You're inviting 160. Ashley needs 120. There's room. Splitting saves you $17,500. I pulled my arm back. I canceled the contract this morning. Kitchen faucet dripping 3 rooms away. That's how quiet it got. Mom's voice went up. Ashley's face crumpled. Dad stood up slow. That's spite. That's consequences. Ashley turned on Riley. Started in about how Riley was just some career woman who didn't understand family, how she thought she was better than them with her fancy degree and expensive suits. Riley smiled. Not friendly. That look she gets before destroying someone in a deposition. I'm someone who respects contracts and doesn't commit fraud. As for family, Jake's been invited to 4 events in nearly 4 years while being asked for money 20 times. You're just mad your ATM stopped working. Ashley actually ran out of the room. Bathroom door slammed down the hall. Mom stared at Riley, then at me. I can't believe you'd let Riley talk to your sister like that. Riley was defending herself after being attacked. Mom's eyes filled with tears. Started with the soft voice about how this is what family does. We help each other. Help requires consent. This was hijacking. I pulled out my phone, opened the spreadsheet, turned it toward them. $78,200 over nearly 4 years. Mortgage every month, car payments, medical bills, credit cards, emergency loans. You know how much you've paid back? Mom didn't look at the screen. That's what family does. That's what ATMs do. I looked at Riley. We're leaving. Down the hall, Ashley was still crying. Mom moved to block the doorway. If you walk out, what's the threat? That you won't come to my wedding? Good. You're not invited. Her face went white. Riley and I are eloping. Private ceremony. Just us. No family. Walked out. Mom shouting behind us. Ashley crying louder. Dad trying to calm them. Door closed. Cut it all off. In the car, Riley let out a long breath. Your sister actually ran to the bathroom crying. Yeah, she does that. Think they'll back off now? No, they'll escalate from here. Good thing I'm a lawyer. Next morning, I built the whole documentation file. Took me 3 hours. Every bank statement from nearly 4 years. Every Venmo receipt. Every Zelle transfer. Every text where they asked for money. Every promise to pay me back that never happened. The texts were rough to go through. The pattern was obvious. Every conversation started with, "How are you?" and ended with, "Can you help us out?" Made a full ledger. Converted everything into a PDF with a cover page. Financial contributions to the Brennan family. January 2023 through August 2026 total. Given $78,200. Total repaid $0. I even listed the few family events I was invited to, and everyone came with a money request. Mom's birthday. Dad's retirement party. Ashley's engagement party. Christmas Eve. Every invite came with a bill. Around 10, Riley came into my office. Your mom called my office again. What did she say? The usual. That I'm manipulating you. Turning you against family. Praying for us both. What did you say back? Nothing. My assistant told her to stop calling. I pulled up my phone. 37 missed calls since last night. 14 voicemails. 68 texts. Muted everything. 20 minutes later, my work phone rang. Blocked number. Brennan, Jake, it's your father. I'm calling from a neighbor's. Hung up. He called back. Declined. Text came through about mom being devastated. Barely eating. Please just talk to her for 5 minutes. Blocked the number. Opened my email. Drafted a message to my whole extended family. 32 people. Subject. Context. Explained that my mother changed my wedding contract without asking, adding my sister's wedding to mine. When I canceled, I got accused of abandoning family. Attached the financial history. Total given, $78,200. Total repaid, 0. Family events I was actually invited to, 4. Told them Riley and I were eloping. This was final. Hovered over send for maybe 10 seconds. Knew once I hit it, there was no taking it back. Hit send anyway. Immediately muted the thread. Set up a filter to auto-archive anything with Brennan family in the subject. My phone exploded. Turned it completely off. That afternoon, someone knocked on our door. 3 hard knocks. Checked the peephole. Ashley. Didn't open it. Just pulled out my phone and started recording through the peephole camera. She knew I was in there. Said she could see my car downstairs. Asked me to talk to her. Tried the nostalgia angle. Asked if I remembered when we were kids. How we used to be close. We used to be close. Before she became the favorite. Before every conversation became about what she needed. Started explaining how her venue really did flood. She was desperate, and mom thought she was helping. Still recording. Still silent. Knocked harder. Said if I didn't open the door, she was telling everyone I abandoned my sister. That I chose some woman over my own blood. Some woman. Riley. My fiancé who'd never asked me for $1. Stayed quiet. Let her threaten. Let her show who she really was. After 5 minutes, footsteps, elevator ding, she left. Saved the recording. Sent it to Riley. Documentation. Her reply, perfect. Keep recording everything. That evening my phone rang. Grandpa Paul, Dad's father, lives in Maine, quiet guy, avoids drama, sends birthday cards. Hey, your mother called me this morning. Said you canceled your wedding and abandoned Ashley. Said you'd lost your mind. That Riley was controlling you? I waited. Then I got your email with the financials. More waiting on my end. I want to hear your side. All of it. Told him everything. The venue hijack. Nearly 4 years of payments with 0 repayment. The entitlement. The dinner where Ashley ran crying and mom tried guilting me. He listened without making a sound. Your grandmother would be ashamed of them. I know. I'm driving down tomorrow. Your father and I need to talk face to face. You don't have to. I'm doing it. He hung up before I could argue. Riley was in the doorway watching. Your grandpa's really going to confront them? Apparently. I like your grandpa. Next evening, around 7, he called again. Just left your parents' house. How'd it go? Made your father sit at that table and admit exactly how much he'd taken from you. 43 mortgage payments, medical bills, all of it. What did he say? Made excuses at first. Said you make good money and don't need it. I asked him how many times he'd invited you versus asked for money. He couldn't answer that. I waited. Your mother tried the guilt routine on me. Tears, the whole family sticks together speech. I told her families don't hijack weddings. I bet she didn't like that. Ashley tried defending herself. Said she was desperate. I told her she's 28 with a job. Desperation doesn't justify fraud. What did they say to that? Nothing useful. So I told them 3 things. 1. I'm cutting off the property tax payments I've been covering. 2. If they contact you again, I'll provide written statements for any legal action you take. 3. I changed my will that afternoon. Everything goes to you. Your father and Ashley get nothing. I started to argue. He cut me off. They spent $78,000 of your money like water. They don't get mine. Hung up. Riley was watching from the kitchen. Your grandpa just completely disowned them. Yeah, best grandpa ever. 2 days later, early morning, heading to work. 5:30 a.m. departure meant I had to be at the airport by 4:15. I parked in the employee lot at Logan and walked toward the shuttle stop. Still dark out. Cold. My mom was waiting there. Must have followed a shuttle bus through the gate or tailgated behind someone. Security at employee parking isn't great in the mornings when everyone's rushing. She started walking toward me fast. We need to talk right now. Kept walking. Didn't break stride. No. She followed. Had to jog to keep up. Started going on about Ashley being devastated, crying every day, can't eat, can't sleep. I'm destroying her. Ashley destroyed her own wedding trying to steal mine. Mom kept pushing. Said it wasn't stealing, it was sharing. There's a difference. We're family. Security guy approached from the booth. Asked if she had airport or airline ID. Mom ignored him. Grabbed my arm hard. Pulled away. Do not touch me. Officer stepped between us. Told her she needed to leave. She tried arguing. Said I was her son. He cut her off. Restricted area. Come with him or he's calling police. She finally backed off. Tears running, mascara smudging. Said I was choosing Riley over my own mother. Didn't respond. Got on the shuttle when it pulled up. After my shift, I stopped by security. Filed an incident report. Got her flagged. She wouldn't get into employee areas again. That evening, Riley's phone rang. Unknown number. She put it on speaker. Riley, it's Barbara Brennan, Jake's mother. We need to talk. Riley's face stayed completely neutral. I have nothing to say to you. Mom started in immediately. Said Riley was poisoning her son against his family, manipulating him, isolating him. Riley cut her off. Your son made his own decisions after you committed fraud. Stop calling. Leave us alone. Hung up. October 10th, 2026. We landed in Kauai after 11 hours total travel time. Stepped off the plane into warm island air, palm trees, mountains covered in green. Rented a car. Drove south to Poipu. Every turn revealed another view. Green cliffs into turquoise water, black sand beaches, waves on lava rocks. Stopped at a fruit stand. Got fresh pineapple. Ate it in the car. Our suite had a lanai over the ocean. Could hear waves from the bed. Outdoor shower with plants and bamboo. King bed with white linens. Simple. Perfect. No work emails. No drama. Just us and ocean sounds. Leilani, the ceremony coordinator, met us that evening in the lobby. Congratulated us. Confirmed tomorrow at sunset on Poipu Beach. Just the 3 of us and Kai, our photographer. Riley asked about decorations. Leilani explained they keep it natural. Driftwood arch, fresh plumeria, nothing fancy. Riley smiled. That sounds perfect. That night we sat on the lanai with ocean sounds below us. No phone calls, no family drama. No one demanding anything. Just us. Riley asked if I thought they'd figured out where we went. Probably not. Hadn't tagged anything anywhere. Even if they somehow found out, they can't stop tomorrow. Agreed. Sat there in comfortable silence. Stars coming out one by one. Waves rolling in steady below. October 11th. Wedding day. Woke up at sunrise. Made coffee. Sat on the lanai watching the ocean change from gray to blue to that crazy turquoise. No tux. No groomsmen. No speeches. Board shorts and white linen shirt. Riley came out around 6 in a simple white dress. Barefoot. Hair down. Ready? She asked. More ready than I've ever been. 5:30, we walked down to the beach. Sun was starting to get lower. Sky turning orange and pink. Kai was already there setting up his camera gear. The driftwood arch looked perfect. Natural. White and pink plumeria woven through it. Sand under our feet still warm from the day. Leilani showed up with the officiant. Older local guy with white hair and kind eyes. Wearing a simple shirt and slacks. He shook our hands, smiled. This is my favorite part of the job. Ready? He asked. Yeah. Ceremony lasted 12 minutes. Maybe less. Simple vows. No performance. Just truth between 2 people who'd chosen each other over everything else. I choose you, Riley said, looking straight at me. Eyes bright. Every time. No conditions. No negotiations. I choose you, I said. Over everyone. Every day. For the rest of my life. We exchanged rings. Simple gold bands we'd picked together. Nothing engraved. Didn't need words on metal. You may kiss your bride. I kissed her. Sunset behind us. Ocean in front. Kai's camera clicking somewhere. Waves rolling in. Salt air. Riley's hand in mine. She whispered against my lips. We actually did it. We did. Best 12 minutes of my life. No reception, no speeches, no cake cutting, just dinner at a small place on the beach, fresh fish, local beer, dessert on our lanai. Riley checked her phone for the first time in 2 days. 83 missed calls, 140 texts. My mom, my dad, Ashley, 6 unknown numbers. Blocking them all? I asked. Already done. Posted one photo to social media. The two of us on the beach at sunset. Simple caption with a flower emoji. Married? No location tag. Comments turned off. Put the phone back down. Didn't check it again for 3 days. Landed in Boston October 14th. Riley had changed our locks while we were packing. New keys waiting. Mail piled inside when we got home. One envelope from my mother. Opened it. Card inside. Expensive looking. To our son on his wedding day. We're sorry you chose to exclude your family. We hope you'll reconsider. Love, Mom and Dad. Check paper clipped inside. $200. Dated October 9th, before we left. She'd written it assuming I'd fold. Cancel Qley. Reinstate the venue. Tore up the check. Opened my laptop. One email to both parents. Do not contact me or Riley. Do not come to our home or workplace. Do not contact our vendors or friends. I will take legal action if this continues. Sent. Blocked their emails. Blocked them everywhere. Blocked their numbers. Riley did the same. The venue had stalled on the refund despite my 48-hour deadline. I filed the credit card dispute that afternoon. Took 3 weeks before they caved. Email from Beth. Mr. Brennan, after review with our management and legal team, we've determined the contract change on August 5th should never have been approved based only on deposit payer status without authorization for modifications from the primary contract holder. This was a breach of our security protocols. As such, the standard cancellation policy does not apply, and we are waiving all cancellation fees. We've issued a full refund of $18,000. Should appear in your account in 3 to 5 business days. We sincerely apologize. Beth Morrison, Winter Garden Conservatory, showed Riley. Full refund, $18,000, she smiled. You won. We won. 2 weeks later, Ashley showed up at Riley's office. Riley's assistant called her direct line. Said there was a woman in the lobby claiming to be family, demanding to see her, getting progressively louder. Riley asked for a name. Ashley Brennan. Call security immediately. Have her removed. If she won't leave, call police. 10 minutes later, assistant called back. Security had escorted her out. She'd been screaming about Riley ruining her family and destroying her wedding. Building cameras got the whole thing. Riley forwarded me the footage. We saved it. Added it to the file. Week after that, my mom showed up at our building. Security called my cell. Said Barbara Brennan was in the lobby. Said she's my mother. Not on my approved guest list, though. Don't let her up under any circumstances. If she won't leave, call police. Security confirmed. She stayed in the lobby 25 minutes arguing before finally leaving. Security sent me the footage later. Flagged her photo in their system. Added her to the permanent no-access list. I filed for a harassment order the next day. Riley helped write it. Attached everything. Recordings, emails, security reports, the airport thing, the office video. Hearing was November 6th, Thursday morning. District Court, downtown Boston. Old building, marble floors. That echo that makes everything feel more serious. I showed up in uniform. Just finished a morning flight to DC, turned around, came straight here. Didn't have time to change. Still had my captain's stripes on. Riley met me outside on the steps. Full suit, briefcase, hair pulled back. Complete attorney mode. She'd prepped me the night before. Answer only what they ask. Don't volunteer information. Stay calm. Let the evidence speak. Mom, Dad, and Ashley were already inside, sitting on a wooden bench in the hallway outside the courtroom. All 3 of them in what looked like church clothes. Mom saw me first. Started crying the second we made eye contact. I walked right past them. Didn't slow down. Didn't make eye contact with Dad or Ashley either. Riley squeezed my hand once. You're doing great. Hearing lasted 30 minutes. Maybe less. Courtroom was smaller than I expected. Just the judge, a clerk, us, them, no jury, no audience. I presented all the documentation. The recordings, the emails, the security reports from our building and Riley's office, the airport incident report, the timeline showing escalation. Judge reviewed everything carefully, read through the whole packet, took her time, asked questions about where things happened, when, how many times. Finally looked up at my mom. Do you want to respond to any of this? Mom stood up, voice shaking. Started explaining she was just his mother trying to help her daughter. Judge cut her off. Did you change the contract without authorization? Silence from Mom. I need a verbal answer for the record. Mom tried explaining she was listed as authorized because she paid the deposit. Judge stopped her. That doesn't answer the question. Did Mr. Brennan authorize the August 5th change? Mom admitted no, but tried to explain she thought I would understand. Judge asked if she'd shown up at my workplace after being told not to contact me. Mom said she needed to talk to me. Sit down. She sat. Judge looked at me. Order granted. No contact for 1 year from today. Violation results in immediate arrest. Asked Mom if she understood the terms. Mom nodded, still crying. I need a verbal answer for the court record. Yes. Gavel came down. Done. Outside, Riley squeezed my hand. 1 year. Finally, we walked to the car. Behind us, Mom sobbing. Ashley trying to comfort her. Dad telling them to leave. Didn't look back. 3 weeks later, my cousin texted. Said Ashley got married. Courthouse, 12 people. No reception. Said she cried through the whole thing. Kept saying she should have been at the Winter Garden. Said it was my fault. Didn't respond. Blocked that number too. Early December, text from an unknown number. Jake, it's your father. We're selling the house. Can't afford the mortgage without you. Hope you're happy. Blocked it. Mid-December, Grandpa called. Said my father had asked him for money for Mom's medical bills. Did you give him anything? Hell no. Told him to sell the house like an adult. He hung up on me. How are you doing? Good. How's married life treating you? Really good. Better than I'd expected. That's all that matters. Christmas came. No cards, no calls. Riley and I drove to Maine. 3 days with Grandpa Paul. Quiet, peaceful, perfect. Winter turned to spring. Snow melted. Cherry blossoms came out in Boston Common. Tourists flooded back into the city. Life had settled into something I'd never experienced before. Actual peace. Work was just work. Flights to Atlanta, D.C., Chicago. Standard routes. Come home to Riley. Weekend trips to Vermont or Maine to see Grandpa. Saving money for the first time in nearly 4 years. My savings account actually growing instead of draining every month. No dread when my phone rang. No surprise emergencies. No guilt trips about being selfish. No checking my bank account and seeing another 1,000 gone. Just normal life. The kind of life other people took for granted. Riley and I started planning actual trips. Talked about buying a place. Maybe something with a yard. Maybe a dog. Future stuff. Stuff I couldn't have thought about before, when I was just trying to keep my parents' house from going into foreclosure. Saturday afternoon, April 10th, 2027. 6 months exactly since we got married on that beach in Kauai. Riley and I had just gotten back from groceries. She was unpacking. I was putting stuff away, talking about pizza or pasta for dinner. Someone knocked on our door. Not the buzzer. A direct knock. Someone got past security. Checked the peephole. Mom, Dad, Ashley, all three. Found out later they tailgated behind a furniture delivery. Security had Mom's photo flagged, but not Dad or Ashley. They slipped in through the loading dock while the guard was signing for packages. Riley, I said. Quiet. Start recording. She pulled out her phone. Started video. I opened the door. Chain on. Gap maybe 4 inches. Could see all three of them. You're violating a court order. All three of you. Mom spoke first. Looked thinner than I remembered. Grayer. Tired. We need to talk. Just 5 minutes. The order is active for 7 more months. You're all in violation right now. This is a crime. Dad stepped forward. Looked older too. More worn down. Your mother's been really sick. Actually sick. We've been trying to handle everything ourselves, but we can't do it alone anymore. Call a hospital. Call a social worker. Call your insurance. I'm not your solution. Ashley pushed forward. Had to wedge between Mom and Dad to see through the gap. Tears already streaming. She's your actual mother. She collapsed twice last month. Doctors say it's stress-related, high blood pressure, heart problems, stress from losing you. Mom lost me when she hijacked my wedding without asking. That was her choice. Ashley kept pushing. It was one mistake. She knows she was wrong now. We all know. Can't you forgive us? You're sorry now that you need money. That's not actual sorry. That's just realizing the ATM stopped working. Mom's voice cracked. Real tears. Not the performative kind. Gave this whole apology about how she should have asked first. Should have respected my boundaries. Should have treated me like an adult instead of someone who existed to solve their problems. Said she was completely and totally wrong. You were wrong. But being sorry doesn't change nearly 4 years of treating me like a bank account. Being sorry doesn't erase showing up at Riley's office and getting dragged out. Being sorry doesn't fix what's already broken. Dad's voice got harder. This isn't about money. It's about your mother's health. About family. It's always about money. Ashley screamed that I was letting my mother suffer. What kind of son does that? Riley stepped up beside me. You mean like when you committed fraud or got dragged out of my office? She's dying. Heard a door open down the hall. Neighbors listening. I looked at Mom. She did look sick, worn, but she was also watching me carefully, waiting to see if the guilt would work. If you're dying, you belong in a hospital, not my hallway. Dad went quiet, defeated. We can't afford the hospital bills, not without help, not without you. There it was, the money. You own a house. Sell it. You have options. I'm not one of them. Mom reached through the gap, grabbed my hand. Skin felt cold, thin. Jake, please, I'm your mother. Pulled back slow. You stopped being my mother when you chose Ashley every time. Ashley lunged at the door, hit it hard, chain rattled, started screaming. Behind me, Riley was already on her phone, calling Boston police about 3 people violating a harassment order. Ashley went white when she heard that. You're really calling the cops? You're committing a crime. Dad grabbed Ashley's shoulder. That's enough. We're leaving. Mom looked at me one last time, devastated. Jake, please. You don't miss me, Mom. You miss the transfers. Goodbye. Closed the door, locked it, heard them in the hall. Ashley crying. Dad telling them to go. Mom saying my name. Footsteps faded. Police showed up 12 minutes later. 2 officers, professional, took their time, showed them the harassment order, showed them our door camera footage, showing the whole thing from start to finish. Riley showed them her phone video as backup. Clear audio of them admitting they knew about the order. They took detailed notes. Asked if we wanted to press charges right now. Just document it. Give the warning. One officer told me next time it's automatic arrest. No warning, no second chance. This was their one pass. Understood. Thank you. They left. Door closed for the second time that day. Riley hugged me, held on tight. You okay? Yeah. Actually, yeah. You sure? That was a lot. Mom said she's dying. Heart problems, stress, medical stuff. But she didn't ask how I was doing. Didn't ask about our marriage. Didn't ask about our life. Didn't apologize for the actual hijacking. Just needed money. Again. That's all I've ever been to them. Riley held me tighter, arms around my neck. You're so much more than that to me. I know. Stood there in our entryway for a while, just standing, holding each other. Riley's phone buzzed first. She checked it. Building management wants the footage. They're permanently banning all 3 of them from the property. Send it. She did. My phone buzzed next. Text from Grandpa Paul. Your father called me an hour ago asking for money to cover your mother's medical bills. Told him to sell the house like an adult and stop manipulating people for cash. He hung up on me. You doing okay? Smiled. Texted back. I'm good. They showed up here today. Police came. Everything's documented. Building banned them. His reply came fast. Good. Actions have consequences. Proud of you. Again. Later that evening, we sat on the couch. Our couch. In our apartment. With our door locked and our lives protected. Wedding photo from Qley hanging on the wall across from us. Sunset. Beach. Simple and perfect, and exactly what we'd wanted. No family drama, no shared venue, no compromise. Just us. Riley looked at me. What are you thinking about? How much better my life is now. How quiet everything feels. How I can actually save money. How I don't dread every phone call anymore. Any regrets? Not one. Phone buzzed. Email from building management. Read it. Said per the footage and police report, they'd permanently banned Barbara Brennan, Robert Brennan, and Ashley Brennan. Security had been notified. Showed Riley the email. She smiled. One word. Consequences. Finally. Our apartment. Our life. Our choices. No drama. No guilt. Just peace. Nearly 4 years of payments. $78,200. 0 repaid. 1 wedding hijacked. 1 family cut off. 1 order enforced. 1 marriage protected. The math worked out. 2 weeks after the hallway incident, Riley and I walked into our bank and opened a new joint account. We moved our paychecks, closed the old auto transfer lines, and changed every linked payment method in one sitting. That afternoon, we met Grandpa Paul at a diner off the highway. He slid a small envelope across the table. Inside was a spare key to his place in Maine and a handwritten list of emergency contacts. Riley wrote her number at the top, underlined it once, and handed it back. On Monday, I filed a formal trespass notice with building management. They printed it, stamped it, and emailed me the confirmation while I stood at the front desk. Riley forwarded the same notice to her office security team before lunch. A week later, a certified letter arrived from my father. No apology, no explanation. Just a single page asking for help with medical expenses and a return envelope. Riley dropped it into the shredder without opening the envelope flap. I took the shredded strip bag downstairs and tossed it into the locked disposal bin. That night, we booked flights to Maine for Christmas. Riley added the dates to our calendar. I packed my uniform bag for the next morning's departure and left my phone face down on the counter. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel and help us bring you more and better stories. Thanks.